What's up, everybody, and welcome to Narco Cop MMA. I'm your host, Mike, and this is the full card breakdown for Road to the UFC Day 1. 10 fights, some, interesting fights, I guess you can call them. We have the main event is two UFC fighters. One probably his last fight in the UFC, to be fair. He didn't make weight. I mean, I don't even know what he's doing, to be honest. I don't even know. He's been off for a long time. The other one is kind of a big name right now in China. He's kind of getting better and better. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about 9 other fights. We're going to be talking about what I like on this card. Please, before we start, hit the like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. It's all I ask. It's been an incredible year for me as far as betting is concerned, up quite a bit. And we're just going to try to keep it rolling here, with Road to the UFC. Let me go over to chat first. Shout out my chat. Carlos, Road to the UFC breakdown. He says, let's go. Mitchell Hooper. Yo, let's go, boys. Let's go, Mitchell Hooper. He says, driving halfway across Australia, keen to the pod. I appreciate you all the way from Australia. Azure says, awesome. We'll be able to hop in live. Thank you for your dedication, Narco. I appreciate you as well. Dixon, Narco, I just wanted to remind you that we now have 2 fighters banned from the Lambeau parlays. Alex Hernandez, Malcolm Wellmaker are both on the shit list and should never see another slip of ours ever again. Yeah, I mean, it's matchup dependent, man. It's matchup dependent. Yes, Freak, Scottsdale, Arizona treadmill team is in the house. I appreciate you. Tim, let's go, Narco, most real in the game. We appreciate it. Appreciate you as well, my man. St. Stephen, thanks as always, Mike. I appreciate you, St. Stephen. Thank you. Cameron Junkin says, a Road to the UFC breakdown. Narco is the man of the people. Thank you very much. Yeah, Moise says, big sexy. Yep. We know who he's talking about. Cone Peasy, Mangoes, and Song. Joseph Curry, let's find some whatever that is. All right. Fireside, what's up, my man, as well? We got 58 people in here. I'm going to start off here. We're going to try to break this down. I don't want to take forever on this one because some spots are just like not even worth talking about, to be fair. All right. First here, we're going to start out. It's the first fight of the night down here, and we're going to start out. It's Ryohei Miyaguchi, who's 7-0 versus the 7-2 Chungring Koren, and currently we got a price tag of, so some books opened up this thing late, but right now on BetOnline, it's plus 205 on Koren with the comeback on Miyaguchi at minus 240. So let's look at these two guys a little in depth here. Ryu Miyaguchi, 7-0. He's only 28 years old. So he's still fairly young. He doesn't have a lot of experience, right? Only 7 wins, 7 fights. Not a lot of experience, but you could see he's 5'10". He's got good size for bantamweight, so he's on the bigger side of the bantamweight division. And then when you look a little bit, into his record, you're going to see he fought in Shudo, which is, one of the organizations. I don't know the difference between Shudo, the other one, and the Shudo Torai or Toray. I don't know if that's a lower league of Shudo or what, but I can tell you that he has faced a very low level of opposition, right? When you look at Iwasa, this guy's what now? 4-4, not a very good fighter. You look at these Kasoki Ida guy who's 14, 17-6, and he's 41 years old now, right? Older gentleman. Oyama or whatever is 2-2. Not a very good fighter again. And then Komiyama, 3-4-1, right? It's Ishin Matsumoto, 0-1-2, right? These guys that he's fought are just not good. Even this guy here is 9-7-3. The best guy he's fought, believe it or not, is Toroti Ishihara, who used to be in the UFC. He's 14-14-3. He's literally at the tail end of his career. I mean, this guy, look at this. He's getting knocked out in round 1 by a 6-7-1 guy, right? He's just not very good. He's tail end of his career. He's a 500 fighter at this point, not very good, right? And I watched the tape on a bunch of these fights for Miyaguchi, right? He's got pretty good stand-up. He's got some decent power with the stand-up. I think where he lacks is he doesn't have very good takedown defense, in my opinion. Ishihara got him down in round 3. I think he got him down in round 2 as well. He did hurt Ishihara multiple times in that fight. But in round 3, Ishihara dropped him bad, man, with the left hand. He dropped him very bad. He was hurt. He popped back up. Ishihara landed some more on him. He kind of survived the storm and then started coming back again. So props to him for kind of coming back after getting hurt pretty bad in round 3 against Ishihara. I looked at some of these other fights, and this Ida guy, this 41-year-old Ida guy, got him down in round 1, got on top, flattened him out. He was kind of like in half guard and literally didn't know what to do. He was just stuck there in half guard for a long period of time. You know, a lot of these fights, he's getting taken down. You know, any fight that kind of extends, he's getting taken down in a lot of these fights. And the thing with Koren is, here's the issue here. There's an issue with Koren. One, he missed weight, right? He came in at, look at this, 139.5. So he missed weight by quite a bit. He did take this fight on about 2 weeks' notice, so he's a late replacement here. Maybe that was a factor. But the one thing I can tell you is I normally fade the Indian fighters. I don't like to bet them. I usually like to fade them because, you know, it's not so much about the Indian aspect. It's just they're very low level. The training there, the fighting there, those leagues that they fight in, very, very low level. A ton of them, 90% of them cannot grapple for a lick. They're very, very bad with grappling. They're mostly strikers. And that's the difference with Koren, right? He is a grappler 100%. That's all he does. You know, you see he lost to Angad Bishop, which this guy was on the road to the UFC. He actually had a decent showing in the road to UFC. You see right here against Dong-Hoon Choi, who's 9-0. He lost by split. It was a close fight. Very, very close fight. He lost by, some people thought he won. In his other road to the UFC fight, he actually got a finish. So, you know, this loss to Ang's Bishop is not the worst loss because Bishop can grapple. He's actually a pretty good grappler. He's like low center base. Actually kind of, it was a back and forth fight, but Bishop kind of just out grappled him in that fight. Farhad, another guy, not really a great fighter, you know, a guy that he's tough. He's tough. He's kind of hard to finish. He fought in Brave. But Koren got him out of there late, you know, just relentless grappling, eventually finished him. And you could see like Yakamenko, who's a really, really good fighter, this dude, and he fought in KSW, I believe, or Octagon. Yeah, KSW, just won the title in KSW. That guy couldn't finish him, that guy. So Koren finished him in round 4. And then you see this Agasa guy. This guy is actually pretty damn good. He's 13-5. Yes, he's Indian, but look at the level of opposition for this guy. This guy's faced good guys. I mean, he's lost. This Thai guy finished him, who's fighting on this card. But then he fought on one championship. He got a knockout. This was a cut stoppage. This was actually it was a close fight. He beat Nauras Abzaki, who fights in PFL, the Minna League. This guy is actually pretty damn good, and he beat him. You know, and so he's not one of the worst guys. And then this Dhant fight where he lost this fight, fine. But it was a back and forth war, man. And Dhant, to me, actually looks really, really good, man. He looks really good. He has good ass grappling, very good counter grappling, good striking. He just looks the part, Dhant. So what I'm trying to talk you guys into is I don't think Koren should be plus 205 here. I really don't, because the one thing he's strong at is grappling, and the weak link for Miyaguchi is the grappling. He's not a great grappler. He can get taken down a lot. I don't understand why he's plus 205. I really don't. Like, maybe it's a late replacement. Maybe it's Miyaguchi catching him on the feet potentially. You know, that could happen because Koren is kind of reckless on the feet. He throws big just so he can get in range and get takedowns. But man, I think he's going to get takedowns here. Like, he's a much better wrestler than the people that have taken down Miyaguchi and had success with him. So I think he's going to get takedowns. I think he can win on top. I think he can land ground and pound. I don't know. I don't like this price on Miyaguchi. Has faced absolutely no one, like literally no one. So what is it that what warrants this guy to be minus 240? Who has he beat? He got dropped by Ishihara in round 3 last fight. You know, I don't think this line's right, honestly. I really don't think this line's right. I think it should be a lot closer, you know. So I'm going to go with Koren here. I think he's going to find a way to win, especially with the grappling. And I think he potentially gets on top. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a back take on Miyaguchi. And there was a fight. I can't remember which one. Someone got Miyaguchi's back, but the round ended. But yeah, let's move on. Fight 2. It's this one here. It's Rabindra Dhant versus Kimbert Alintozon. Currently, Dhant is a huge favorite here, all the way up to minus 800 with the comeback on plus 550 on his opponent. And I kind of talked about Dhant, right? Like I said, I like what I seen from this guy. You know, he's trains at Soma Fight Club. Pretty good gym out there in Bali. You know, good guys from that gym. You know, I've seen a bunch of guys that train there that are pretty damn good. His last win we saw against Koren, you know, he finished late. He got a win against this Chinese guy who's, I think, 8-4 now. First round. Got a win here against this Corey Sutcliffe guy. I think this guy's from Australia. Yeah, not very good guy, but his lone loss is to Ismail Khan on One Friday Fights. This guy's actually pretty damn good, this Khan guy. His only loss is to a really good fighter, from what I remember. Yeah, this is the Shayev guy who's 13-0, looks like a freak of nature. And you know, it was fairly competitive, this fight, honestly, against Ismail Khan. You know, Khan eventually just out-grappled him, just a better grappler. But it's a pretty competitive fight. You know, he got a nice win here against this Dongak guy on One Friday Fights. I mean, this guy's well-rounded, Dhant. He's got good striking. He's got good grappling. He's good size for the division at 5'9". He honestly looks the part to me. And meanwhile, his opponent, it's just, man, it's very, very low level. When I watch this guy, like, he's small. First of all, he's only 5'3". He's very, very small. And I just don't even know what this guy's good at. You know, watching some of these fights against this Trong guy, you know, this guy just retired on the stool. I don't even know why he retired, just retired. He got finished here against Jake Brown in round 5. This Malunas fight was actually back and forth grappling, a lot of reversals, a lot of back and forth reversals. And this guy is 5-5, guys. This guy's not a good fighter. And and he's been finished in 4 of his 5 losses. And sure enough, this is the guy that didn't finish him. And I'm telling you guys, go back and watch this fight. It's like back and forth grappling, back and forth grappling. Like, if he's doing that with Malunas, Dhant is going to destroy him in the grappling, like literally destroy him. He has a loss against this 8-6 Chinese guy. Yeah, just very low level, man. Low level of opponents, not very good losses, not good wins. You know, this Philippines region, you know, when it comes to fighting, it's another region that mostly is a fade. A lot of these guys can't grapple. You know, they're mainly strikers. He's fighting in these smaller leagues, Zeus Combat League. You know, I just like the Dhant here. He just looks much better on tape. Yeah, he's minus 800. I'm not saying run to the window and bet this guy, but I think if you want to, like, a parlay piece or something, or you want to add, I know even I don't really recommend 800s as a parlay piece, but I think he's gonna win the fight fairly easily, man. He's gonna win the fight fairly easily here. So, yeah, I like the Dhant here quite a bit. I think he's gonna finish. Actually, he's gonna finish this guy probably early. I just think Kimbert is terrible. He's terrible from what I've watched. He's really not good at anything. So, Let's move on. Next fight. What do we have here? It's fight number 3. It's the aforementioned high tile T versus Ryu Tajima. And T is currently, I think, a minus 200 favorite with the comeback on Tajima at plus 170. Actually like T. He's only 25 years old, right? Decent size for for bantamweight, not bad. And I looked into him a little bit more. First thing that sticks out is this guy has 24 fights. He's only 25 years old. He's young, right? He's on a big time winning streak, right? He's got 6 wins in a row. This Guzman guy, I think, he's 14-5, but he's not a very good fighter. But I think he fought on Road to the UFC, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look. But yeah, he did. Nakamura submitted him right away. Like, this guy can't grapple for shit, right? So Nakamura took him down and subbed him. Tao knocked him out at the end of the round, like literally towards the end of the round. And then he beat the Agasa guy that I talked about. Just kind of Agasa. I think Agasa was trying to grapple him, and then he counter grappled, got Agasa, got him down, got his back, and then just flattened him out and just started destroying him with punches. He beat this Brazilian that's kind of not very good. His loss was Qingming Zhang, who also fought on Road to UFC. This guy's actually a pretty good fighter. He was the guy that lost to Lawrence Liu, and I think it was a very close fight. And yeah, that's one of his losses. Then his other loss, you got to go back, is Long Zhao, another UFC guy in round 4. We know Zhao's cardio, right? And then he has this bad loss here. But look how long ago, 2020, he was like 19 years old. Most of this guy's losses, Dana Batcarral, who also in the UFC, right? Most of his losses came when he was super, super young. And I think this guy's improved a lot. And his opponent, Ryo Tajima, also a young guy, 26, but not as much experience, 13 fights. So pretty decent amount of fights. His tape is not very good, honestly. He hits this guy, Umura, finishes him. This was a rematch here against Umura. This Yamaki guy is just getting his ass whipped, and his corner's like, okay, we had enough. But look, he lost to this Umura guy. And a lot of this guy's fights, they're highlights, man. I couldn't really find a lot of tape on this guy. But Imura was clipping him. Imura took him down towards the end, got on top in the highlights. He has a loss against this Nakajima guy who's 20-14, a little bit older at 37. I don't know how to rate this guy, to be honest. Like, he has some decent wins, and he's been subbed by Vugar, who's really good. His losses are mainly to good guys. But like, I just watched this guy's tape, and it's just really not that good, man. He goes to split with this guy. His tape just doesn't look that good, this Tajima guy. Meanwhile, T, I think, looks a lot better. I think he looks improved. I think T could potentially be better everywhere in this fight, wherever it goes. And he's minus 200. I don't mind him like as a little parlay piece, to be honest. I like T here. I like T. I think he's the better fighter. I think he's faced the better fighters. I think he's got, his losses are better, even though they're losses still, but they're just against much better level of opposition. So yeah, this one's kind of not I'm not very confident in this. From what I've seen, and it's, again, highlights on Tajima, I think T's the better fighter here everywhere. So I'm going to go with T here. I don't know. Maybe finish. I'm not sure, because I'm not really sure how durable this Tajima guy is. I mean, some of his highlights, he's getting his ass kicked, but he could be durable. He's only been subbed once, never KO'd. So I don't know. Let's move on. Next fight, it's Yunosuke Minami versus Kasib Murdoch, and it's a 7-0 versus a 6-0. Currently, Murdoch minus 270, and Minami is plus 230. This is literally grappler versus grappler, guys. Both these guys like to grapple. 25-year-old 4 knockouts, no submissions. But from what I've seen, this guy likes to grapple. He shoots a lot. He likes to grapple a lot. And maybe I'm mistaken him, or someone correct me, but I thought this guy was grappling a lot on tape. And he's facing Murdoch, who is literally the Australian ACA guy, if you guys are aware with ACA. ACA is the Russian league where they crotch sniff the entire fight, and this guy's literally that guy. He's going to swing some big punches on the feet, very sloppy, very hittable. But you know what he's going to do? He's going to push an insane grappling pace, man. And this guy will keep coming and keep coming. And he got hit. Let me tell you guys, this Chris Ustajonsky guy has good striking. He literally hit him with knee after stepping knee to the face 2 or 3 times. Literally caught him flush. And this guy kept coming and coming and coming. Hit him with big shots. This Kim guy hit him with big shots. I mean, every single fight this guy's getting hit, but he's so fucking tough. He is so tough, guys. And he will not stop grappling. He is an insane. When I tell you insane, he'll relentlessly shoot. And he's got crazy cardio, man. He literally has crazy. He's got a lot of experience. Look at this. He's 10-0 in the Amis. He won the world title in 2022, the IMAF title. This guy has a ton of experience in IMAF, man. And he's a relentless one-trick pony grappler. He is literally the Walmart version of Khabib in the Australian region, right? That's what he is. He does not stop grappling. And I just think he's the type of guy that I don't know if you want to bet minus 270 on, because that's cringy. It's too big. But he's the type of guy that feels like he's very safe to get you a W, because he's just going to do the one thing he's very good at, and that's relentless grappling. This guy does not stop. And he's got insanely good intangibles. Excellent cardio, excellent durability. Those are the 2 things that he has that are really good. And then you top it off with his relentless grappling. It's nonstop for 15 minutes or however long he needs to go, so you see this was relentless for 4 rounds, so I think this Liam Gusti guy is actually not very bad. I want to say he was like I don't know, maybe I'm talking out of my ass, I don't remember, but yeah, I think this guy is just going to put a pace on Minami. I don't think Minami is going to be able to deal with okay, so Moy said he was a child prodigy in karate. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, he's a karate guy. Then I'm mistaken him with someone else. But he's a karate guy facing like a relentless wrestler. It's probably a really terrible matchup for him, man. Because on one side, he's faced guys like him. This Kim guy was like a striker, right? This Ustavatsky guy was a striker. And he just pushes this crazy pace, man. And I just think it's just not a good matchup for Minami. He's going to face this relentless pressure. And I don't think Murdoch is good at striking or anything. He's a punching bag on the feet. I just think his pace, pressure, and wrestling is going to get it done for him. It's probably going to be a crotch sniffing, 29-28, maybe 30-27 win for Murdoch. Next one. It is Jin Aoyi versus Young Jae Sung. And I think Sung right now is minus 205. No, sorry, it's gone down. Minus 180 with the comeback on Jin Aoyi at plus 155. This is a really good matchup. Jin fought on Road to UFC before. He lost a close split decision, I believe, to Ching Min Yoon. It was a close back and forth fight. I had it for Ching Min Yoon. But it was a close battle, man. Both guys got hurt in the fight. I think Yoon kind of wobbled him in one round. Meanwhile, Aoyi, I think, dropped him in the same round. Yoon then won round 3, I think, via grappling. So he took that fight like that. But this guy Aoyi is really good everywhere, man. He's got good grappling. He's good counter grappling. He's got good striking. The one thing is he's kind of low volume. He's kind of like, doesn't throw a lot of volume, but he's a well-rounded fighter. He has a lot of experience, right? We're looking at 23 fights. So he's got a lot of experience. He's still only 29. So he could potentially be getting better. And he's just a very, very well-rounded fighter. He's got to win over this Japanese guy who's 9-1, right? 23-year-old, looks like a phenom. I don't really know how good or bad this guy is, but he seems to have fought some experienced guys, got wins over him, got a finish. So this is probably a good win against a 9-1 young guy. It was a split decision, but I that's the thing with Ailinuer is he doesn't really separate. He doesn't really put a stamp on things. Young Jai Sung is 9-1-1. He's got really, really good striking. I mean, his striking is very, very good. Goes to the body really well. He's got good body kicks. He's got good hands as well, has power in his hands. I think he's got the power edge in this fight. The funny thing is Ailinuer fought this guy's teammate last time in Road to the UFC and won at Havas Seoul, and he won by split. And now he faces this guy in Road to the UFC, who's teammates with the guy he lost to. This guy has power. You could see, a lot of knockouts, eight knockouts. He does have a lot of power. This Kawana fight, he got grappled. He got grappled in that fight. Lost the fight to Kawana. He was just getting taken down a lot in that Road to the UFC fight. Relentless grappling from Kawana. He did hurt Kawana in that fight, but Kawana just kind of outworked him. There was a point actually in round 3, Kawana hurt him, and he looked exhausted. He looked absolutely exhausted in round 3 from all the grappling, all the, all those sequences that he was trying to get up. So, this is the type of fight it's going to probably be striker versus striker. Maybe Ailinuer goes for some takedowns here. I think it would be smart. Maybe kind of work the gas tank. Line at -180. I kind of lean Ailinuer at +155 just because I feel like he's a guy that kind of fights close, even in his losses. They're mainly close losses. And he's got more experience. He's got more experience of the two. I think it's going to be a close fight. I think this is a really, really good fight. I think it's going to be close. But I lean Ailinuer slightly at the price, +155. I'm going to have to go with him there at that price. What do we have here? Tajima sub is away. He says on the last fight. Ryan Glunt says, what? Koren is minus. There's no way. That's a mistake line. Take the other side. If he's -525, just take the other side right now. That's insane. Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's +205 on Bet Online. They dropped a bad line. I'm assuming. Tajima getting his ass kicked in half of his highlight clips. Yeah, he doesn't look very good. I see +170 Koren on DK says Mestis. Yeah, that makes more sense. My shit must be all out of whack. I got a bunch of locks and odds that don't match. Okay. What else we got? He's on Manima. Kasib's frame and size will cause problems in step up in competition, but won't matter here. Kasib? Who's Kasib? I'm confused. Kasib. Oh, Murdoch. Yeah. You're talking about Murdoch. Yeah, he's tiny, but he's gonna wrestle. Song got big power. Yeah, I think he does have very, very good power. You are right, Piazzo, for sure. MMA Hedge Fund says, Mike, you setting that 3 a.m. alarm with me? Absolutely not. I can't do those 3 a.m. because I have to get on a flight early on Saturday to go. I'm traveling to Chicago with the family, with the kids. So it's gonna be a little bit rough for me to be there that early. All right, let's move on. Next fight, what is it? It's fight number 6. It's the 11-1 Regezhen versus the 10-2 Dagisuran Chagnaadorj. And currently Chagnaadorj is, I don't even see, why did they take this line? Holy, is this right? Hold on a second. This can't be right. Yeah, it's all out of whack. It's -200 on Regezhen, And Dagestani is plus 170. I think this line got a little out of hand. I do favor, Regezhen, but not this big. I mean, this Dagestani guy is a Homer Simpson. He just comes forward throwing big, ugly shots. Sometimes he'll grapple, he'll shoot to grapple. Very, very, not the best grappler. He shoots from afar. He is pretty strong, it seems like, when he gets a hold of people, but this guy's a punching bag on the feet, man. He gets hit, busted up in almost every fight. His nose is busted up in almost all these fights. He's lost to the same guy twice who kind of just outboxed him on the feet. He has a split win against this 15-5 guy. Oh, I remember this fight, actually. This 15-5 guy, not a great fighter, but he's not actually bad. That's a decent win. It was a close fight. It was a really close fight. I had it for the Mongolian, and I don't think it should have been split, to be honest, but they added it as a split decision here. But he also has a split win against this guy. I don't remember watching this fight. 4-5 guy. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, this dude is tough as nails. He's very, very tough, but he doesn't have much skill. Like his skill level is not very good. And meanwhile, this Regezhen guy who's 11-1 is a really good striker. Very good footwork, extremely good footwork, great stepping knees, great kicks. He's got really, really good weapons on the feet, man. The issue with him, I think, is, and I don't really know yet because we're not really sure. I couldn't find this Marks fight where he got finished in round 1. I'm assuming he got taken down and finished. I couldn't find the fight. He really hasn't faced, from what I've seen, like really good. This Ardenbaidar guy tried to grapple him a bunch. He actually got his back and almost subbed him at the end of round 3. And that guy is, he's a Mongolian grappler that's 9-12, not very good fighter, but he got his back late in that fight. That was in 2023. And look how young this guy is. He's 25. So he was 22 years old. He's getting better for sure. Level of opposition is not great. I'll be honest with you. The level of opposition is not very good, but he seems well-rounded. He seems like he can grapple a little bit as well from what I've seen. And this Chagnaadorj on the feet is going to get lit up here, man. Bad. He's going to get lit up bad. He's just very bad defensively. He's going to get lit up bad. It's a matter of, can he get this fight down at a mat? If he can get the fight down at a mat, get on top, maybe he can give this guy a lot of trouble, honestly. So I'm not going to write him off here at all, completely. I do think Regezhen is going to land on him and land flush and potentially get, busting him up, maybe not finishing him because he looks tough, but, just winning a decision off of damage, a lot of damage. So, Daggy fights like Orgil. Yeah. I mean, he literally fights like, we call them Mongoloids, which is fitting for him because he's Mongolian. He's kind of like a Mongoloid, just comes forward, just hit me. I just want to hit you or grab a hold of you type of fighter. Piazzo says he likes Regezhen quite a bit here. I got him at 120 is different though, man. He's 200. I don't know if I would play him at 200. I feel like he does a lot of spinning stuff too that can potentially get him taken down. He likes to throw a spinning back fist a lot from what I saw. Not crescent kick, but the question mark kick he's thrown. He loves his kicks and flying knees and stuff. So I'm afraid that he jumps into something like a body lock, gets taken down. That's where I'm afraid of. So, I think it's a little bit closer than the line indicates, but I'm going to go with Regezhen to win here. I would not recommend playing 200, but I think he wins this fight. Next one, this is a fight I have a bet on, actually. It's Ailinuer versus Gwen Wu Lim. And currently we have, what do we have here? A Jung is -117 with the comeback on Lim at -103. And I'll tell you guys, I tipped off Ailinuer at +135. And here's why. First off, Wu Lim is a giant. He is 6'2". He's an absolute specimen for 145. I mean, look at this guy. 6'2". He might even be taller than 6'2". He's long as hell, long limbs, long legs, long, arms. Just a big dude for featherweight, right? He has pretty good striking. You see, Afoga, this guy used to be on the road to UFC. He's the guy that lost to Damar Fan. Yeah, it was a back and forth striking, and then he just clipped Yuji and hurt him and finished him, right? This one fight, he got taken down a little bit here in this fight, but as they were getting up along the fence, he landed a beautiful step in knee as this guy was, I think the guy was looking to shoot again, and he just puts him out. This fight here, one championship, 2023. This fight, he looked awful. I mean, got controlled a ton, got taken down a ton, looked absolutely horrific in this fight, got control along the fence. And I'm going to tell you, this dude, Makhmudarov Agdur 6-1-1 is a fraud too. This guy is a fraud. I don't think he's any good at anything. You could see here, he got armbarred, but record ineligible for some reason against a 5-4 guy recently. This Omar guy is a striker. It's probably a decent knockout. I don't know how he got it. I couldn't find this fight. He's got a draw against this dude in a 5-round fight. He's got another, look at this, lost to a 4-4 guy, right? So this Makhmudarov that dominated him with the grappling should not have fucking dominated him with grappling. He's not that good of a fighter. And you see these other fights, this guy gets taken down in some of these other fights. I think this one fight, or one of these was, one guy attempted to body lock takedowns. He didn't know how to wrestle, and he couldn't really get him down. But anytime you get like to his legs, this guy's going down. He's got like long legs, and he just doesn't have good wrestling, man. His takedown defense is terrible, in my opinion. He got up a lot against this bum here, Abdurakhimov, but that guy's not good, man. He really is not good. And the one thing with Lu Lim is even on the feet, he gets hit. Like if you're a pretty good striker, you could probably land on him. He's got that tall man defense, and he does have good striking himself, but he's very, very, this guy started MMA 4 years ago. He literally started training MMA 4 years ago. Prior to that, I guess he did some jiu-jitsu from what I've seen. I don't know. But when I listened to one of the fights, I think it was on one Friday, they said this guy started in 2022 training MMA, and you could see it. He's very, very green. And then his opponent, 16-3, he's got a ton of experience, 19 fights compared to 5, 6. And he's only 27 years old. And honestly, this guy on the feet is not great. He loves his kicking game. He loves his high kicks, body kicks, low kicks. He's mainly a kicker. He doesn't throw a lot of hands. But, dude, he can wrestle. He can grapple. And he can grapple for 3 rounds. This fight against Believ, back and forth grappling affair. And Believ honestly looked good. He looked like a really good grappler, looked like a good striker. It was an absolute fucking back and forth grappling fight, Some of these other fights, he's getting fights to the ground. He's finishing guys. So look at this Zaborov fight. He actually was doing decent against this guy in the grappling. And Zaborov is 9-0, undefeated Kazakhstani guy. He hasn't faced the best guys, but, he's finishing everybody. Look at this. But he didn't finish Ailinuer, and it was a pretty decent back and forth fight. This is a bad loss, obviously, a majority decision loss to this 16-10 guy. But, this guy can grapple, man. That's the one thing I saw on tape. And his body looks way freaking different than years ago, man. I don't know what he's on. I don't know if that Performance Institute in Shanghai is helping him, because he looks way different body composition-wise. Looks a lot more muscular, a lot more stronger. I think he's going to take down this tall guy and just ragdoll him, dude. I'm being completely honest here. I think he's going to, if he doesn't get tagged on the feet or knocked out, he's going to take this guy down and absolutely work him on the mat. And I think he can finish this guy. This guy doesn't look good. I don't think he knows what he's doing on the mat. I think Ailinuer could work him if anything, just rinse and repeat takedowns on this guy, because I think he can go for 3 rounds. He has good cardio from what I've seen. I think this line's kind of short, honestly, here. I just don't like what I've seen from Liam. I think he's very green. His striking isn't even that good. He's very slow. He's mechanical. I think this guy, Ailinuer, is going to have a speed advantage, his wrestling advantage, top time, all kinds of stuff. Give me this guy all day in this fight. I think the line's still short, and I got him at plus 135. I think he should be a bigger favorite here in this matchup. Let's move on. Fight number 8. It is the 8-1 George Mangos versus the 8-1 UT Yanagawa. This is a really good matchup, actually. George Mangos, former Dana White's Contender Series. He got crotch sniffed for 3 rounds against the guy from Canada, Radley De Silva. You know, Radley's a very good grappler, very good wrestler. You know, he had his moments in that fight, actually. He had Radley in some bad positions. You know, couldn't finish them, but he had Radley in some bad positions in round 3 as well. He got to a mount. I think it was in round 2 in a scramble. You know, he's a really, really good scrambler. He's a really good striker. He's just really well-rounded, man. I like what I see from George Mangos. He's a teammate of the guy that's currently in the UFC. I can't really think of his name, but he's the guy that knocked out the brothers, the Hardwick brothers. Really, really good fighter. And this is his teammate. And from what I read before, is like George Mangos was actually the better one, the better prospect of the two. And now he's facing a guy in Yanagawa who I think is a madman. Like this guy, look at his picture of him, right? This is how he fights, dude. He's a madman. He comes forward. He's looking to land big shots. Kind of like doesn't give a shit, man. One of those guys that really doesn't give a shit. He wants to hurt you. He wants to put hands on you. He could grapple some as well, you know, so he's well-rounded as well. You know, this is a good win, probably 13-2 Kazakh guy. I don't know if this guy has any good wins. This guy, he's a win of a Kobayashi, and he fought in Pancrase. He's got a lot of finishes. So, yeah, it's probably a good win, you know, but he did lose to this Bondarov guy. I don't even know how. In ACA Young Eagles, 11-13 guy. Oh, that's not a good loss. But yeah, I mean, he's got some good wins in ACA Young Eagles. I'm assuming this guy was a grappler, and he got knocked out here. I mean, the fight was, I think Ulo was kind of winning the early minutes, but he found a huge shot on him and just put him out. This guy, I'm telling you, Yanagawa is a madman. He comes forward swinging big. Is a good fighter. He's a good fighter, so I'm not going to discount him here. But I just think Mangos is probably a level or 2 above, honestly. I think Mangos is a really, really good fighter. I think Mangos could potentially, you know, run the table here, honestly, at featherweight and get to the UFC. I just think he's that good of a fighter. He's very, very well-rounded, good cardio, good durability. I don't see this guy like doing what Radley De Silva did to him. And if it's standing, I think Mangos is a lot cleaner than this guy. You know, maybe this guy has more power, right? He's got more pop, more, you know, he's more of a madman, but Mangos is way more technical, in my opinion. Just a really, really well-rounded fighter. I like George Mangos here. I know the line's pretty damn big. It's minus 335. I know Yanagawa is good, but I think there's levels, and I think George Mangos' level is just quite a bit better than Yanagawa. Co-main, it is featherweight division. It is 14-6 Benji versus the 8-2 Yuri Cahyadi. I think this is a setup spot, honestly, for Bing Z. I mean, he's a big favorite, minus 550 now. Bing Z, for some odd reason, man, the UFC wants this guy so freaking bad because, look, road to UFC, split decision loss. Road to UFC, okay, you got a knockout. He's been on the road to UFC, been finished here. They invited him back. They invited him to Contender Series. Look at this. Contender Series, split decision loss to Murad, which is a bad look. But then he was at one championship a bunch, won those. You know, so this is a guy that has a lot of experience and is still young. What is he, 29? 28. He's still young. He's got a lot of, he's huge for the division. He's got Good grappling, decent grappling, decent chokes. You can see he choked out. His loss to Wande is not bad because Nicholas Wande is actually really good. This loss to Zhu is not bad. Close split decision loss. I thought he clearly lost this fight. I don't know why it was split decision, but this is a guy in Zhu who's fighting this week on the Macau card. He's a good fighter, really, really good fighter. So there's no shame in that loss. It's just, this is a huge step down for him. Honestly, big step down against this guy from Indonesia. I don't think this guy is any good. He's 34 years old. He's going 4 rounds against these bums, head kick here, fine. Decision loss against this undefeated Indonesian that I don't know. He's probably a bum, to be honest. Who has he fought? All in one pro. This One Pride championship is awful. It's not a good league. He's only fought there, finished these, bad fighters at one Pride. I don't really put much stock into it. He's got a loss to Kai Kara France back in the day. Kai Kara France made him quit MMA for 6 years for some reason. I don't know how bad of a loss that was, but he made him quit MMA for a long time. Is the smash spot for G. He's gonna absolutely destroy this guy. I mean, this is a setup spot. They put him in a co-main for a reason in China. They like him. UFC likes this guy. I don't know what the hell it is. I mean, I know he's in exciting fights. I don't think he's like the most skilled fighter. So I don't understand what the UFC sees in this guy. But dude, they keep inviting him back. Like, it's Road to UFC. It's fucking Dana White's Contender Series. Road to UFC again. He's been finished before, So I don't know. They like this guy, and they're putting him in a co-main event spot, and they're giving him a smash spot against this dude. So yeah, I mean, this is a easy parlay piece, in my opinion, if you want one. Then the main event, not much to talk about here. I mean, minus 4,000, Rongzhu. Victor Martinez came overweight. Victor Martinez has not fought in, let's see here, 2 years? Yeah, 2 years. Came in overweight, flew all the way to China. He's been finished in his last 2 fights in round 1. This guy, look at this guy. Taking long breaks, not fighting. He's a firefighter. He's a full-time firefighter now. I don't even know, bro. He's coming in here for a paycheck. They made this the main event. What the fuck? What are you doing, UFC? Main event, Road to the UFC. It's Rongzhu against Victor Martinez. I mean, he's going to finish him. I'm telling you right now. If Rongzhu doesn't finish him in this fight, he needs to be cut. That's how bad this is. He needs to be literally cut if he cannot finish this guy. And I think he is going to finish him. There's not much to say. I mean, he's minus 4,000. Well, what is there to say here? If he doesn't finish him, shame on him, but he's going to finish him here. I'm almost certain. Over-unders 1.5 is minus 320 for a reason. But yeah, this is an easy fight for him. Yeah, and that's it. I mean, that's the entire card. We went through all 10 fights. I'm going to quickly go over, if you want, who I like in each fight, and we're going to shut it down. It's main event, Rongzhu, I think easy win. Binzi in the co-main, I think he's a good parlay piece. George Mangos, I think there's levels, even though his opponent is good. I think Mangos is a decent parlay piece. I like Ailinuer money line there. I think he wins pretty comfortably with the grappling. Regezhen, I think, wins in that fight, but I think the line's a little bit too wide now. Jen Oyoe, plus 155. I think there's a little bit of value there. Even though I do think Song is probably a little bit better. Kasib Murdoch, probably by decision, he's going to sniff. Hayo Tai, I think he's not a bad parlay piece at minus 200, or maybe you want to bet him straight. I didn't bet him straight. I put him in a parlay, but I like him. Rabindra Dhant, minus 800 now. I mean, line's too big, but I think he easily wins that fight. And then I got the dog in the first fight of the night. I took some Koren at plus 265 range. I thought the line's way too wide. I think he has a grappling edge. Unless he's injured, and that's the reason why he missed weight. I think he's going to get takedowns here and potentially win that fight. There's also the Road to the UFC Day 2. That's early Friday morning. I don't know if I'm going to do a breakdown for that because I really don't like the card so far. But I will potentially have a breakdown for UFC Macau. That's another card that I don't really love, man. I don't really love that card from a betting perspective. But yeah, I'm still going to do a breakdown. And then Friday, I'm going to do a Lambo Plays podcast, possibly early. I'm going to see what Tim can do because the card is very, very early Saturday morning. So potentially either tomorrow night for Lambo Plays podcast. I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to Tim, but I'm going to try to get it out there early. Maybe not do a full card breakdown for Macau just because I don't like the card and just do a Lambo Plays podcast on Thursday night. So we'll see. But I appreciate everybody. 219 viewers. Please like, please subscribe. If you're not in my Discord, the link is down below. $25 a month. I mean, I can't explain to you how many people have been just crushing it in there. I'm up a huge amount this year, close to 50 units in the Discord. Every single play is tracked in there. Me, myself, with live and all this other stuff, I'm up over 107 units on the year. So I'm up big, especially with live betting and some other stuff that I bet. But yeah, I mean, it's been a great year in there. If you're not in there, believe me, I'm not just making this up. You can go in there, test it out yourself for $25. If you don't like it, get out. It's $25. But I'm telling you guys, and anybody you can ask in there that's been in there can tell you that you're going to make a lot of money. It's a great community and you're going to learn a lot. I mean, not only from me, like you're going to learn from there's some really, really good bettors in there. And it's not just me. I mean, I've been doing this, 4+ years full time, but there's some really, really good bettors in there and you can learn a lot. And, if you want to get in there, like look at Piazzo, I think Piazzo's kind of new in there. He's been there maybe 6 months, something like that. And, he bets himself. And I always tell people, do your own homework. Look at what you like, take other things into account. If you think you value what I say, then, take that into account and into your own betting strategy. Right. So, and then if you want to tail, you don't have the time to tape and do that stuff, then by all means tail me. I think I've been doing really well for everybody. So, but yeah, that's it. Enough of the rant. Again, link is down below. I appreciate everybody. One last thing, please like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And let's cash those tickets for the road to the UFC day 1.